In demonstration question 2-3, we're looking at the financial reporting elements: assets, liabilities, equity, revenue, and expenses. And what we're trying to do is categorize each of the following business activities into the correct financial reporting element. The issue is that some of these items are a statement and they'll only impact one element, but other business activities are a transaction and they will impact two elements. Let's just move down so we can see the whole chart. So the first thing we have to do is read each one and decide, is it a statement, only one financial reporting element, or is it a transaction, two financial reporting elements? Electricity used at a factory. I don't know how they paid for this electricity. All I know is the word used. The word used is part of the definition of an expense. So I know electricity used at a factory is an expense, and the code for expenses in this question is 5. Question 2, a store's inventory. This is again a statement. What is the key word? Inventory. Inventory is an asset which is owned and has future economic benefit. So therefore, this is an asset 1. Question 3, the profit a business made this year. The key word is profit. We know that revenue minus expenses equals profit. Profit increases retained earnings. Retained earnings increases equity. So this is part of equity. 3. Notice all 3 of these are clear statements. Question 4. Wages paid to employees for work completed. The first key word is paid. That means there must have been an outflow of cash. Cash is part of assets, and therefore assets are impacted by a decrease. 1. Assets. However, there's a second key word, work completed. This indicates that the business has consumed the services of the employees, and the word consumed is part of the definition of an expense. So this is a transaction because it affects two financial reporting elements: assets, which are decreased because money was paid, and expenses because we used, consumed, or incurred something to help generate revenue. Let's go down to question 5. Interest that is due on a loan. What is the first key word that springs to the eye? The word due. Due indicates a future obligation that has to be settled. That's a liability. 2. However, this is a transaction, and it's a sneaky transaction. It would be hard to really recognize this. The key word for this transaction is not loan, which is what most students say, it's interest. Interest is due because you had the use of somebody else's money. So interest is the expense for using somebody else's money. 5. Question 6. Window cleaning services performed for a customer. This is a statement because we don't know whether we collected anything from the customer. What is the key word or the key words here? Services performed. This is already a done deal, past tense, job done. And as soon as we have finished our job, we can claim revenue. 4. Question 7. Dividends paid to the owners of a business. Well, what springs to the eye right away is the word paid. We've already had this in question 4 for wages paid, so we know this is going to cause a reduction in assets when cash is paid out. But we also see the word dividends, which is another key word. Dividends is part of retained earnings. Does it cause retained earnings to increase or decrease? Decrease. So dividends decrease retained earnings. Retained earnings would then decrease equity. This is part of equity. 3. Final one, question 8. An air conditioner in an office building. This is a statement and not a transaction. We don't know whether they paid for the air conditioner or it's on account or whether they took out a loan to pay for the air conditioner. We know nothing. It's a statement. So what is the key word? Air conditioner. That's an asset that has future economic benefit. So this belongs in assets 1. So a few important things to note here. Sometimes it's a statement, and a statement only impacts one financial reporting element. Generally, the statement just gives us a piece of information. When it's a transaction, we can see that there are two elements that are impacted. That's it for demonstration problem 2-3. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.